Time again for Talking Dogs with Ian Grant, owner of Vermont Dog Boarding and Behavior, VFW Drive Hyde Park. It's the show that delves into the training, socializing, behavior, nutrition, and wellness of your dog. And brought to you by Guy's Farm and Yard with locations in Morrisville, Montpelier, Williston, and St. Albans. And we're back with the trainer Ian Grant, and this week, training a fearful dog. So first off, as a trainer, how do you determine that a dog is fearful?
It's going to stick out like a billboard to me. The
Really?
Body language, they may kind of hold themselves a little lower to the ground. They won't have a relaxed walk or trot or prance. It'll be much more pronounced. Tail's usually tucked, ears are usually back, head's low. You'll probably see some whites of the bottom of their eyes because they're looking up as they're holding their head low. And it's just, oftentimes you see it more with shelter dogs, rescue dogs that have kind of gone through the system and big changes in their lives. And
So it's more likely to happen with the rescue dogs than, say, pedigree dogs?
In my experience, it has. I don't know if there's any science or research behind that, but certainly my experience, just because they've probably been in a home and then rehomed, and then who knows how long they were in a shelter for and how many different shelters. So it can kind of manifest itself just over and over and over again, which is unfortunate in the dog's point of view.
For sure, yeah. So and how they're treated too. So
yes.
So how do you treat a fearful dog compared to a normal dog?
Yeah,
whatever that is.
Right. Yeah. What is normal?
Yeah.
For me, the first thing what I want to do is create some sort of a relationship with that dog. I may try to get a toy out and try to play with that dog to see if I can loosen it up. A lot of times people will pull toys out with dogs like this. They may throw a ball once or twice. The dog doesn't go get it. So, dog doesn't want to play. And they just they give up on it.
So you're going to start with something even more simple.
Yeah, but the other thing, too, is even though the dog may not go chase something or grab something from your hand for tug, at least they're watching you and your energy play. And for dogs like that, they are more often the ones that just kind of want to sit back and watch to see what's going on first before they just kind of jump feet first into the pool. What I don't want to do here with this kind of a dog is share that, oh, poor thing kind of energy.
Because you're only adding fuel to the fire.
Yeah, and I want that dog to see that, hey, I'm a pretty happy guy. We can have a lot of fun together. This is going to be a new world for you. You don't have to stay in that state of mind forever. You don't have to keep having those same experiences over and over again where you feel like you have to be afraid of the world. So I want to come through with that energy of more happy-go-lucky. Things are good. We can have fun playing. I might do a little leash work, but really this is confidence building. And I don't know if there's more confidence building than what you can get out of play. Because when you can get a fearful dog to grab a hold of a toy for the first time and you see them start to wiggle a little bit and you see them come out of that shell.
So that's a little sign.
Oh, my gosh. That is so...
Actually, it's a big sign, actually.
It's a huge sign. And, of course, you don't want to cheer like it's like a big sign because then you'll scare them, right?
Yeah.
And then you got to start back. I may know somebody that has done that in the past.
Okay.
So as much as we have to cheer for the accomplishments, we just have to keep it going and play right along. Like if they start to come out of it, keep doing what you're doing because when they do come out of that shell, it's amazing to see. They have to feel better. Imagine a human constantly walking around being fearful, and when they finally come out of it, must be such a huge change for them.
I mean, just a huge emotional and mental relief.
Yeah.
I mean, that they really know, like, oh, man, I got a chance to be better here.
Yeah, and the stress comes off of them. The tension comes off of them. You're probably going to see their body move differently, how they walk differently. You may
Tail will start going up.
The tail will be that billboard where it's tucked and now when it starts to come out. That's when, for myself as a trainer, I'm just thinking, man, this is worth it to do it and get that progress.
Of course, all fearful dogs are not the same either. I mean, some may progress a little faster than others, so I guess it's a very patient process that you have to have.
It is. And so those steps of progress that you may see, of course, if it's a really drastic case, it may be a couple of weeks before you see that wiggle or whatever. Other dogs have come into my facility for work or for lessons. They come in, their first 10 minutes, their tail is tucked. And then once we get talking and we pull out a toy, all of a sudden that tail goes right straight up in the air like, oh, we do this here? We can play here? And they release all that tension, and it's a wonderful thing. But for fearful dogs, I want them to play. It's time to. We can do leash work later, but let's create the relationship based on fun and play.
Certainly fulfilling for you as a trainer, more than training a quote unquote normal dog.
Yeah, I talk to the majority of trainers, and every one of them will tell you that they'd rather train a fearful dog than an aggressive dog. It's a lot more rewarding.
Back with our question from the doggy bag in just a moment here on Talking Dogs. Back with Talking Dogs with Ian Grant from Vermont Dog Boarding and Behavior, VFW Drive Hyde Park. Find out more about his facility. Go to VermontDogBoardingAndBehavior.com. Question this morning, Ian, is every time I try to put a collar on my dog, he bares his teeth. What can I do? Ooh. I don't remember Tika ever doing that.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, which is a good thing, of course. So why do they do that? Is it their temperament, or can any dog of any temperament do this?
I mean, any dog can do this. It's just usually in this type of situation, there's a history that has kind of culminated into this. Don't touch me. Don't put that collar on me. Don't do any of that kind of stuff. And so in this situation, we have to change the dog's perception. And we're going to probably, in my situation, my experience, I'm probably going to bring food into this. So I'm probably going to hold the collar up, give the dog some food, so at least they start to associate that the collar means food. Eventually, what I would like to do is just take the collar, and I would not go over the head with the collar to kind of connect under the chin, so to speak. I want to put this collar on almost like a necklace to the dog and hook in the back. So I'm going to come in lower so I don't create conflict. And I just may take the leash or take the collar and just touch it on the dog's neck, take it away, and give the dog a treat. Just so it knows, hey, if I come near you with this actually means something good. And we have to do this slowly and repetitively over time until we can take this collar, put it on the dog, hook it, make that snap sound, and then give a dog a treat. So this is all about changing perception and doing it slowly. We don't want to be in a rush. We don't want to move quickly because for some reason this dog is in this defense mode, and we want that to go away quickly. But we have to take our time.
Yeah. So you pretty much used the formula that we talked about earlier in the show about training a fearful dog. It's pretty about the same thing.
Yeah, and look, if you didn't do it with food, you could try to do it with play. If you're playing and having a great time, and then you grab the collar, see if you can kind of get near the dog. So nobody knows your dog better than you do, and figure out what works and what motivates them.
Right, and patience is a virtue.
Yes, it is.
If you have a question for Ian, you can email him directly to info@VermontDogBoardingAndBehavior.com. Next week, the Leave It command. I think most dog owners know what that is. So what do we need to know about that, Leave It?
Really dogs like to pick up anything and everything with their mouth.
Right.
And this is an important command to teach, especially with young dogs, that they don't need to pick up anything and everything. So we'll jump into that subject and discuss it.
On Talking Dogs with Ian Grant, brought to you by Guy's Farm and Yard, with locations in Morrisville, Montpelier, Williston, and St. Albans. And for the trainer Ian Grant, I'm Roland LaJoy, and we are Talking Dogs.